Uh, okay, everybody, welcome to the second live session of our group. Hi, Chi. So today we have Phoebe Lim.
Hello.
Phoebe Lim is a Malaysian Institute of Human Resource Management certified HR manager. Mouthful, man. With 15 over years of experience in
Wow, very long.
yeah, you also know in the full spectrum of HR, covering HR strategies from
Wow.
change management to competency framework, and all analysis, business plan, manpower planning, succession planning, remuneration planning, performance management, compensation and benefit, and so on and so forth. Basically, everything lah that is covered by HR. So today,
One
she's
leg
going
kick.
to one leg kick. She's going to share with us her insights on the job market post COVID 19. So I am handing the floor over to you, Miss Phoebe Lim. Silakan.
Yes. Oh. Hello. Hi, everyone. So I thought that actually to start off with asking you all where are you from, how old are you all, then what industry are you in. But anyway, let's jump start. Are we expecting more? Because now we have eight,
We have eight
seven,
people. Yeah,
and eight people. So you want to start now? Okay, let's start.
can lah, can start lah. 904. They can
Okay,
watch later.
let's start.
Mm.
Okay, they can watch the video recording. Okay, so let's start. Okay, is your role still the same after the COVID 19? Okay, these are the facts. Okay, facts one is actually the job market changed already, and then the business model also will be changed, strategically changed already. Why I say so? Because you can see the 5 pointers here. Okay, try to get louder. 5 pointers here. First one is actually global talent. Global talent here is mentioned is actually talent open source. Why I say so? Because when we have a pandemic, right? So there are a lot of things happen, right? When people are losing their jobs. So when the people are losing a job, that means the job market is actually is flush with a lot of talent already. So it's like you have 10 jobs, but you actually 100 over people to chase after one, the one of the job. So that's why it's so luxury in talent pool. So you can imagine that when currently all the businesses, right, they are able to tap into the open source talent, mean to say that they're not only able to tap into the local talent, they also can tap into the international market, international talent as well. So actually, some of the points here are actually interrelated. Why I say so? Because like the gig economic is actually the flexible the the labor market. Why I say so? Because when you see business are actually struggling, right? So they are actually laying off, and then because they have changed the priority, they change the priority, so they may laying off, and then they will go for the gig economic one because they will have less commitment. They may actually think of actually just using a freelance consultants or maybe independent contractor. So that's why they have options. They will think of other consideration as well. That's why the gig economic and also the global talent will be interrelated. So and also the sharing economy part actually now try to focus on the co-working space because sharing economy is a very big term, right? Like room sharing, house sharing, car sharing, anything sharing, as long as the resources can be shared, more than one user is sharing already. So in terms of this job market and also for the corporate role will be the co-working space. So business may not may have more options now. They may not actually have a centralized office that everyone will go need to actually attend to the work in office physically in office. They may go work from home, which is will be the new norm. Then they may need to actually access to it, all those business through like printing internet. They can go to co-working space like common ground, one of the co-working space. They can easily access to all these business tools already. uh, Third one, the innovative business marketplace is actually they are changing into more technical savvy.
more technology savvy already because it's more convenient to access by users, by customers, and also even by employees. So it changed already. You can see like some of business can go offline from the offline to go to the online, so that how they the shift into that because they want to be the competitive already because those who are still manual may find it super challenging already. It will be really struggling already. Okay. Um, and then also the boost the industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 here is actually referring to the automation, digitalizations, and also the AI will kicks in already. So some of industry is already have it lah. Okay, so not all yet. So in the future will be more immense, and then it will be more prominent already. I mean, most of the company will actually go towards that, so that's why they want to change it already for the transformation. Um, these 5 pointers, right? They are not new phenomena actually. They already been there already one. Just that they are not prominent because mm, people may still in the comfort zone. Those who are in competitive age one, those company will actually really look into it, but not all. So that's why doesn't seem important. But because of the pandemics, actually, they push them already. They have they have to push them out from the comfort zone. So they have to embrace already, and then they also keep up to the trend to be also the competitive age already. If not, then they will be cannot sustain. That is also part of the continuity plan for the businesses, right? Okay. So the fact number two is changing in hiring process. Some of you may already know, right? Few things is you can notice already geographically. Okay, this one is actually referring to those businesses like retail. Okay, because the MCO they will restrict on traveling, right? So in terms of like hiring, they will consider talent or workers that is actually nearby to the location so that they can actually uh, can be seen as is the priority lah, the prefer candidates for the job. So yeah, but this one only applies to those retails which is need physical appearance one. But those who actually still I mean the businesses like can flexi from can also work from home, this one may not be impact because yeah, anyway will do. It doesn't require you to actually stay close to the business offices, so it's not applied. Second one is internal reorg. Why I say reorg is because the pandemic actually they will it's like reset button. You have to the businesses will actually have to rethink uh and also like reassess again the current talent pool already. So if they already have their own priority in hiring as well, see the third one, they may not hiring a full force, but they will internally restructure the current team to keep how to say to able to actually cater for the business need already. So when they reorg, they will reevaluate, uh, how to say repurpose the employee, redesignate or reassign a new role for them so that they can actually keep up with the business need already without actually having external hiring. So indirectly, it's actually internal hiring because if you have a need, you are not externally hiring someone in, but you are internally you go and reshuffle your pool and then redesignate or maybe repurpose your role. This one actually is in HR perspective is also is a positive way lah because it become job enrichment because like example if let's say you only happens to be one small functions in a company okay maybe okay marketing. So if marketing if let's say your core function the initial function is only mainly for um, graphic design. Okay, graphic design. So graphic design so that but when there's a reorg, right, they will assess already whether this person actually can also cater for other roles or not. Like let's say, oh, instead of graphic, maybe you can do illustration as well, and then you can do also digital as well. So when it happens, right, you become a new role, which is you can do the graphic and also the illustration, which is the digital designer. So can two in one. So that's how they do internal hiring, but they don't go for external hiring. One of one of the reason because they save costs. But this one only applicable for those who are struggling in the business. But if those business which is actually still able to stand on their feet, they will have their hiring. Ongoing already. They will not do this for the restructuring. The third one, okay, just now we already touched about the priority hiring, so that they only hiring the critical role, and they will consider the gig workers, which is the just now I mentioned the gig economy, the freelancers, advisor to reduce the cost, the overhead. Okay, then we have the business continuing plan. So this one is actually to shape. It is a process lah. It's a business process that they will actually scan the organization to see whether the current talent pool actually fit for future needs, because the future needs already change, right? So they need to assess again. Okay, the current talent pool, whether they're able to actually sustain. If not, then they have to rethink, evaluate that what kind of skills that is in need, then they will actually acquire new capability in. Okay, then the next one will be interview method. Those who actually been to the interview already know. Yeah, there's either call interview, video interview, so there's no face to face already. And also they can go through like online assessment to actually whether to see the job match. So they can use the online assessment tool to whether to pre-screen, filter those who actually meet the requirement for the job. Okay, next one will be re-evaluating the ideal candidate attribute. Okay, this one very interesting because we I mean the recruiter may not only actually look into the competency like your job fit, so they will look for others attributes like your culture fit, your value fit, and stuff like that. So when I said about the attribute, right, it actually comes with the transferable skill. So transferable skill is actually is no specific industry. It applies, is a generic use of skill that you can be very flexible. You can use it in any other roles because it's diversified. So making example, some of the transfer skill like critical thinking. So you use critical thinking skill for any businesses, any industry, any role. You can also be in finance or HR or marketing. You also need this skill. So that's why I say these are the transferable skill. It's so important because it's very portable and is fluid because that makes you potential and employable. Why I say so? Because okay, pandemic is one of the disruption. So what's the future? So future may have future outbreak, future disruption. So if you have this kind of attributes, it makes you the potential. So that's why it's actually more employable. So people are looking for the candidate with this type of quality because they know that they will sail through whatever outbreak or any destructive situation. So that's why that is a very important quality. But next slide, we will talk about how to actually gain this transferable skill. Okay, next will be visual onboarding. Okay, you've been hiring, right? You've been hired for the company. You may need no need to go through the physical, like you go through office tour and stuff like that, and meeting your peers and your colleague. So instead of that, you will go through the virtual onboarding already because, yeah, you can go through if the company already have a VR. I mean, they can actually go through VR and shows the visual recording of the company, the office, and also they can set up for the virtual uh, or the video call for the colleagues, introduce them, and then you can actually do the collaboration, in the future when the works require. Okay, also the e-based communication tool. This is actually the way of to check pulse. Check in with the employee. Yeah. So because when you have you are in physically in office, they can easily can see you, and then you can actually shoot away what question you want to ask, and you just ask. But if you are working from home, which is will may be considered as a new norm, which is permanently will be that work from home. So you need a communication tool to frequently to check in. What's it? What was the current status? What's the task? Tracking on the milestone. What has it been done? What's the test status? And yeah, to actually to check on those things. If not that, it do not have this e-based communication tool, right? It's like no one will know whether you're working or not working, and don't know what's the status of the work, don't know the status of the task, that is whether what KIV in process, or you're still pending for some other parties that actually feed you for more information. uh Last one will be the work tools. I think some of the roles right now, right, they may not give you the work tools like no laptops, because first, because some of things is already digitalized, so may not require everyone has to carry a laptop. But may some of the company may think that if let's say the talent pool, they already existing having all these work tools available already, that also part of the consideration, right? Because example, if let's say work from home is going to be permanent, okay, so you can imagine if the company is hiring 100, I mean 10, not 100 too big, okay, 10, so means that this company may need to provide 10 laptops and maybe 10 smartphone. I'm not sure if let's say it's require like high speed, they have to provide you what high speed internet, or maybe VPN and stuff like that. So if let's say that this candidate may have already ever ready tools available ready to use, and that also part of consideration when that you can start immediately, more employable. Third fact, okay, what's the future looks like for our return to work? Okay, okay, these are the few. When you return to work already, you have to be ready, because it's going to be the transformation into digital workforce. Why I say so? Because everything be the employer may think to you know to take this work from home permanently. Also, it's part of the continuing plan, right? Is because it's reduce cost, and also reduce some risk as well. So if they really want to transform into digital, so you as a workforce, I mean uh, the employee. So what you need to do is actually you need to upskill. So you need to go through the transition, because definitely if you were currently in manual, then you have to go through the transition, because you need to do the data migration into digital, so that you can actually able to do the business in digitally. So that's why they will be go through some of the processes, and also mental health assessment as well, because not everyone is actually um, keen or the ability to actually work from home, because some may think that the work from home is actually very stressful, because work from home is like you don't have a very clear cut when you want to switch into working mode, and when you want to switch into non-working mode. That's why find it actually very stressful, because it's like, it's even stressful than the working in office, because working office is very straightforward, 8 hours a day, that's all. Other than 8 hours, I just shut down. So but anyway, the you need to assess, because there will be give and take in this sense already, right? Because work from home is already uh, may become permanent, so you have to rethink already and re-evaluate whether what's the possible outcome, and also what are the um, um, remedy to actually to reduce this mental health issue. And also part of the transformation will be the leadership, because if your boss can see you in the office, right, they can actually can see you, that know that you're working. But if you're working from home, right, the boss may actually lost touch, like maybe question, is my worker working? So some of the leadership may need to also uh, change their mindset to transform as well, because they no longer how say can't be micromanaged, because you don't physically see your worker or your subordinate is actually working. You can't can't be seen, but you can always have another methods, tools to actually to actually check in on the work progress. So don't micromanage.
CCTV,
So CCTV, ayo, the one lah. CCTV is violate of privacy lah. But CCTV is good also for security anyway. So I also agree on CCTV lah. Okay. Uh, okay. Next one is new norm. Yeah, we touched on this one before. New norm already, right? It's going to be some company is already actually implement this work from home already. Google, yeah, those like tech savvy company, right? They really already consider permanently become work from home already because they already ready. That's why I say it's actually the readiness is the question. Some of the business, right? They struggling because they're not ready. Some of business is actually less impact because they already ready. That's why I say we keep saying that, okay, which of the company is actually already in competitive age, right? It seems that it's already ever ready to get stand back to the feet already. They can walk already because they already digitalized. So those are company who is actually not tech savvy, not digitalized. So that's why they're struggling. Then only come with this all this transformation and stuff, and then how to digitize all these things, and then you lay off and cut pay a lot of these things because they are not ready. Okay, so the third one is actually upgrade on technology. Obviously, you need to upgrade because you need to transform into digitalized, right? So in this upgrade, right, I don't really refer to individual like employee. Of course, I know that if I want to work from home, I need a very high speed laptop or maybe a high speed internet. But my upgrade on technology is actually mainly for employers. Why? Because if you're going to digitize your business, meaning like maybe offline to online, or maybe some of the business processes or office employment processes going to be digital. So you need to upgrade your infrastructure because your technology infrastructure needs to upgrade. Making an example, if your businesses you have a lot of data, right? You definitely need a cloud data. If your data is not in cloud, how the employee going to access the data? Where? Okay, let's say that the IT expert says that no, I don't want a cloud data, what a cloud storage or maybe cloud server, let's say example, because of security issues and any other issues. Fine, then you have an internal server, you have a mainframe, or you have a server in the office. But you also need to think about how to support your employee to able to access into your server in office. Then again, VPN. Okay, then how I'm going to set a VPN, and then whether VPN is work on the work tools on the employee itself. Is your employee have the tools available to actually able to access on like through VPN to access to the work file? Yeah, that's part of the upgrade is needed. You need to really need to think to that whether it's ready or not. Like the CRM, you see the call center. Why the call center is still working in office? I mean, the call center office are not in the office. So because their CRM, it may be a server based like the in premise server. It's not a cloud based. So that's why the call center worker may not able to work from home. They have to go into the office, log into server, put on the headphone, and answer the call machine because everything the CRM is in the server in the premise itself. So if let's say that you're employer maybe think of like, okay, let's do it in cloud e-based. So if you have a cloud CRM, good. If you want to upgrade lah. So you can actually the call center, the customer service may just work from home. You just what you need is internet. You just internet, log into to your database, and then you just answer the phone call from home. That's it. So, okay, next one. Just now I touched about this before, the better engagement tool. That's how you actually check in to your employee, right? To have a better communication, and then for employer to have better talent management because you need to manage whether the work tracking is up to date. What's the status of work, and then also maintain the the experience, the journey, the employee experience. Because if you don't engage, right, like your employee is like, oh, the no fly where already because they think that they don't have the sense of purpose, no sense of belonging also. That's why the engagement tool is actually very crucial because you need to check pulse, whether they are still connected. Okay, so next one will be again more digitalized and automation. Yeah, they will move some of the business processes to into digital or the e-form thing. You can see, right, the it's not new anyway. The contract, employment contract. Do you know that I quite some years ago, I already practiced like e-signing contract. I don't really physically print out, employment contract and sign on the spot. I don't. It's
Mm,
already e-signing actually. Then all the
mm,
contract is e-signing, right? It's easy for storage. You know, everything is already digitalized. Then you can easily just retrieve from that, oh, I want to refer the contract, just go to the cloud, or maybe a Google Suite. You just check on the contract, is everything access. And if not, then you're going to actually have a cabinet that actually to file all those documents. Then you flip through
mm.
one by one. That will be, oh my god, very tiring. Okay, and then see, yeah, last one will be more transferable skill. Yeah, I keep repeating and repeating transferable skill. The next slide I will show you what are the high demand transferable skill that is actually the workforce will be need for future growth. Okay, next slide. Okay,